Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, tonight we're going to talk about something we don't normally talk about on this channel. There are very few topics that we shy away from, but one I don't talk about very often because I feel it's personal. Your belief in a creator or your lack of belief is not my business. It's not anybody's business. It's not up for public debate. Normally. I hold to that idea pretty well, but every once in a while, a faith engages in an activity that is a detriment to everybody else. And at that point, I feel it's necessary. I feel it's an obligation to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about the most fanatical of all faiths. Now, if you ask people in the United States that question, what's the most fanatical faith? You're going to get an answer pretty quick. For most people, it's a stereotype, it's unfair, it's inaccurate, it's wrong. I'm not going to do much to dispel that stereotype right now. The people of that faith, because the stereotype is wrong, I don't think they're going to mind, because this is in pursuit of saving lives, and they value human life. So I don't think they're going to care. You ask that question in the United States, somebody's going to say Islam. Islam has 5 pillars, 5 things you have to do. One of them is called Hajj. It's a pilgrimage. It's a journey. It's a big deal. By big deal, I mean if you are financially and physically capable, you have to make this trip once in your life. It is a big deal. You are literally walking in the footsteps of the prophets and engaging in reenactments along the way. It's a big deal. In an average year, 2.5 million people do this. This year, 1,000, handpicked. Under normal circumstances, one of the things that they do involves pebbles. This year, those pebbles will be in a plastic bag and sanitized. Drinking from wells is part of it, but not this year, bottled water. Communal meals is a big part of it. Individually packaged, and you will be socially distanced. This is a faith that most people in the United States would see as the most fanatical of all. They are making major accommodations to a pillar of their faith because of a public health issue. That might be why in the state of Florida, where we have a population of about 21 million, we've lost 6,332, whereas in Saudi Arabia, where the population is 33 million, 50% more, they've only lost about 2,800. Those two things are probably related. How serious they're willing to take it. The most dangerous people in the world are true believers. I know of no larger fanatic than an American who has been told it is time to sacrifice by a leader from their chosen party, especially if that sacrifice is in pursuit of the almighty dollar. Because the ruling class in this country have done an extraordinary job of training a large segment of the working class that their identity is their job. That's their value. That's who they are. You are measured by how much you can produce for this economic system, and if you can't, you don't really even deserve to eat. I'd like to point out that one of the other 5 pillars is charity. But see, in the United States, we've got that edict by tweet now. And their God, Donald Trump, has instructed them it's time. It's time to reopen the economy, get back out there, send your kid off to school. And there are a whole bunch of the faithful who are willing to walk into a market or a restaurant or a church or put a backpack on their kid and send them into a school. I hope you're getting the imagery, because from where I stand, I don't see much of a difference. That's faith. That is faith in God, Emperor Trump right there. If you are one of those people who buy into that stereotype, I want you to take a look at Hodge. Find out how important it really is. And then take a look at the steps they're taking to keep people safe. And compare that to the steps that your God is willing to take or not take for the safety of your kids, their teachers, and our communities. They're not the fanatics. No. They value human life. The real fanatics are here. You know, that fanaticism, when it comes to a political leader in the United States, many times it borders on a cult. And when that leader needs a bump in the polls or doesn't want to admit they're wrong, it turns into a death cult very, very quickly. And that's where we're at. This isn't an experiment. We know what's going to happen. But there are the faithful. Maybe you will be rewarded. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.